Okay, we're back with Michelle, and now we're going to show you how to use the machine on a regular basis. So what the bottom line is, as you use the machine, it's going to use up water, and you're going to have to refill it. So approximately, right now, we just filled the machine to the very top, so we're not going to actually, we're going to show you what to do. We're not going to actually pour any additional water in the machine. We will show you how to do this. So let's say you used it overnight. That side tube will be near the bottom. So
Should
if
be.
you've used it about 9, 10 hours, the water level will be around there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to refill the machine after you've used it for, let's say, 8, 9, 10 hours. It doesn't have to be a full 10 hours of use. It doesn't have to be at the bottom. You're going to fill it back to the top of the side tube. Point to the side tube where the top is, the fill line. And where's the top? Yeah, that's the very top, and the line below. No, the other line. That line would be a more modest fill. You can go to the line above, but be very careful that no, the line above is the max fill. So let's assume you're down there somewhere over there from using it overnight. It's time to refill the machine. So we're going to unscrew the tower cap and we're going to stick a funnel in there. Great. Now we're going to take cup one. It says on the machine cup one, and it even says what to do. What does it say, Michelle?
It says refill generator from this cup. Empty, rinse dry with towel, refill with distilled water.
Great. So we're going to do what it says. Now, since the machine is already filled, we're going to unscrew it and pretend we're pouring in there. Unscrew the cup one. Now you have to watch this. Okay, before we do this, I want everybody to understand this. You must watch the side tube when you're doing this. You do not, if you go too far and you overfill it, it's going to start spitting out water through the top that tube in the tower. And you don't want that to happen. So always watch the side tube. You know, if it's at the bottom, you're going to get to know if it's at the bottom. You can pour in most of the cup, but until you really understand where you need to be, I want you to watch the side tube carefully. She's not going to pour it in because she's already filled the machine, but she would be pouring in if it was at the bottom, almost the full contents of the cup. So let's pretend she poured in the contents of the cup. Let's empty the cup. Let's empty the cup in the sink. Now pretend you're pouring it in. Pretend there's water in there. Just go to the top and pretend she would be pouring in slowly, slowly, and watch the side tube as you pour in. She's going to be watching that side tube, make sure it doesn't go too high. And when you get near the top or two-thirds of the way up, start rocking the machine and really making sure you're zooming in on that side tube and watching it. Then when you get it accurately filled to the top, you're going to put that cup aside for a second. You're going to rotate cup two. What does it say about cup two?
Move to
What?
position one.
Right, so we're going to unscrew the lid, and now this becomes cup one. This is so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to turn the cup and countersink. So now we're going to put the lid on by countersinking the cup. Make sure you hear that click,
Yeah.
and then go back clockwise. You got to hear the click or you'll get a gas leak. I've had people do this 10 times and swear that it's sealed and they have a gas leak. So really pay attention to getting that click and getting that firm seat on the lids. That's most of our gas leaks come from poorly seated lids. Now you can dry out, rinse out and dry out the cup, the empty cup, which will become cup two, and we're gonna we're going to fill it with distilled water. Once again, 100% distilled. And if you know, you can buy what's called a TDS meter and always check your water, make sure the total dissolved solids is 0, 1, or most 2. If it's not that number, then you don't have distilled water. You can always go a little under.
Oh, okay.
Now, the longer you use it overnight, if you're using it 12 hours, go a little under because it's going to push the water level up. Again, countersink, turn the jar, always turn the jar into the lid. You're going to always be turning the jar into the lid and then countersinking click and then go back clockwise. Okay, now we're going to put always look at the cap, make sure there's nothing in it, no schmutz, no, look under the cap, make sure it's clean. And then look at the threading on the tower, look at the threads on the tower. Everything's clean, then reseat the cap. And once again, we're going to use the bubbling stone to check if it's working properly. We always want to bubble the water. There's the most resistance in the system with a water bubbler. Some people do stick a cannula in the water, which you can see bubbles coming up, but this is really the best way to do it. So now we've refilled the machine and we're going to see if it's working properly, that we put the lids on properly. Great. And she did a great job. The next video we're going to do will be how to clean the machines. Thank you, Michelle.